like to share with you in this week's Parshas Tzav, something very nice from the Rebbe's father, Reb Levi Yitzchok Zatzal. In this week's Parsha, we have the opening mitzvah about the Korban Oila, and then the pasuk continues a few psukim later that the Koyanim, the priesthood family, they would prepare wood on the Mizbeach. They would have to burn it. There would be a constant fire on the Mizbeach. And then it says, V'orach oleh HaKoyen, the Kohen would burn on the Mizbeach Eitzim, baboike, which means every morning. Now sometimes it says in the Torah, tomid, like consistent, as we'll see. Here the Torah emphasizes the word baboike, twice boike. Ask Rebbe Levi Yitzchok, what's the meaning over here of twice boike? Not always do we have that expression. Said Rebbe Levi Yitzchok something very beautiful. Here we're talking about, it's a continuation of Korban Oila. We find also by Avraham Avinu, Hashem asked him to bring Yitzchok for an Oila. And also there it says, Vayavaki Atzei Oila. He was preparing the wood, he was chopping it for the Oila on the Mizbeach for Yitzchok. Brings down the Rebbe's father something very interesting from the Alter Rebbe in Lekutei Torah Parshas Chukas, who explains over there something very beautiful from the Arizal. The Arizal says that one of the mitzvahs of the Korban Oila is, it's called Oilas Tomit, a korban that you have to bring every single day in the morning and in the evening, and it was consistent Tomit. The word is Oilas, Ayin Vov Lamet Tov. One of the things that you would have to prepare the wood for the Mizbeach was there shouldn't be any worms. It had to be clean from worms. Says the Arizal, the word Oilas, Ayin, the letters, Ayin Vov Lamet Tov, is the same letters, if you turn it around, as Toila. Toila comes from the word telas, which means worms. And he brings down the result from the Medrash to certain worms that they're very small in size, but they destroy things with their mouth. They chip away slowly by slowly at the roots, the bottom of the trunk of the tree, and the tree gets so weak that a wind comes and blows it over. Ein koichon ela befiv. Their power, this negative force of these worms, they eat up at the woods and at the eitzim. And that's so interesting. The pasuk says, Oilas Tomit, every day you should bring a korban oila, because this will counteract this worm. There's a worm also in every single person. That's like the Yetzer Hara is also eating up on you. Sometimes you don't realize it. And the only way to overcome it is through oilas. And that's why the pasuk continues, lehakriv, to become closer to me, to bring an offering to me, is also the same letters as leharkiv. Change around the resh and the kuf, you'll get leharkiv. Leharkiv means to rot away. So the toila, changing the word oilas, is the same as leharkiv. He wants to rot away at the tree, eat it up. He wants to eat up the person also. That's the Yetzer Hara. If you bring the korban, this will protect you from these worms. Said Rebbe Levi Yitzchok, nowadays we don't have this korban. What do we have? We also have the power of our mouth. And that is through Torah and through tefillah. When you say words, you are counteracting the power of this worm who also has his power with mouth, and you're going to have your power with mouth, with kedusha, with holiness. And with this, Rebbe Levi Yitzchok says, now we'll understand why it says baboike. We find in Chumash Bereshis, two of the greatest people of history where the pasuk uses the term boiker. Now, boiker means the morning. One is by Avraham. As we said before, he woke up in the morning. He was ready to bring his son Yitzchok at the Akedah. Everyone knows Avraham was midas hachesed, kindness. It says when you do kindness to a person, you bring light to him. You give something to a poor person, or you help a person a favor. You're giving light into his life. That's chesed, that's kindness. And you're showing a love to him. Chesed is connected. So chesed is oir, and that's Avraham Avinu, midas chesed. The other person who it says the word boiker is by Yosef HaTzadik. It says when the brothers, the Shvatim, came to see him, in Parshas Miketz, it says, HaBoiker oir, when he came in the morning, v'ha'anoshim shilchu. Yosef sent the brothers back to Yaakov in Canaan. So it also says the word boiker. In Zohar it explains why by these two especially does say boiker, Avram and Yosef. So it explains, and Mefarshim Chassidus it explains, Avram is chesed, as we said before, and that's the love that you have to do kindness to people, bringing light, boiker, oir. And Yosef is what's called midas hayesod. He's the delivery man. Now you have two types of people. You have some people who do the action, what's called midas hayesod and malchus. They connect to the action, but they're missing the feeling, the ava, the love, the zest, the chayes. You have some people very excited to do things, but they actually don't get around to do it. So whenever you do something, explains Rebbe Levi Yitzchok, you really have to have the midah, the attribute of Avram, which is chesed, and Yosef, the action, midas hayesod. Deliver, do it. When you have both, that's when your Torah and Tefillah is the way it's supposed to be. And this is what the Pasuk is hinting. That if a person will bring into his life, baboike, take the two boikes, take the two brightness, the light, the oil of Avraham Avinu Chesed, the enthusiasm. Also take the Yosef, make sure you do it, the action, aboiker oil. Then this will protect you from this toilet, this worm, and you won't chas v'shalom have the laharkiv when a person rats away chas v'shalom, but you'll have a true korban oil, you become close to Hashem, and lehakriv, you will become closer from korov. This is why it says in the pasuk twice, baboike, baboike.